What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com for more.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And guys, we are about 24 hours away, at least by the time this video comes out, about 24 hours away from the Kansas City Chiefs going for a three-peat in Super Bowl 59. But I wanted to talk about a couple surprising stats that could change a lot about this game that I don't think have gotten enough attention this week. I feel like all week there's been a lot of talk about the Eagles being the better roster, the Eagles being more talented. A lot of analysts and a lot of Eagles fans are picking the Eagles to win this game, even by double digits. I feel like there's a lot of overconfidence and a lot of cockiness coming from the Eagles side. But when you really boil it down to the numbers and just raw football analysis, I think the Kansas City Chiefs have a great shot of winning this game. They have to be the favorites, in my opinion. I didn't want to say that at first, but I think they have to be the favorites because it's Andy Reid, it's Steve Spagnuolo, it's Patrick Mahomes. These guys have done it before multiple times. Everyone acts like the Eagles are like supremely more talented, and I do think that their roster has a lot of talent. I think Howie Roseman is quite honestly a better roster builder, a roster constructor than Brett Veach, and that's not necessarily a dig at Brett Veach. Howie Roseman is great at his job. There's absolutely zero doubt about that. I just think he deserves a lot of credit. But Michael Darcy of KC Sports Report and I talked about this earlier in the week, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs are better at the most important positions on the field, and they're better at the places that matter most. Quarterback, defensive tackle, just defense, pass rush. You have Andy Reid, again, Steve Spagnuolo, cornerback, Trent McDuffie. Like, the Chiefs are just so experienced in these situations. They have so much success. They always make a couple more plays than you. And I just don't know why that would change in this game. You know, I've broken down this game from just about every angle this week. And man, it just feels like we shouldn't overthink this. The Chiefs are about to make history. They have found ways to win games, close games all year long throughout the last 3 years of this, Super Bowl run, this three-peat run. And it's like, why would that change now? Why would I pick that all of a sudden to go the other way? And these stats that I'm about to talk about in this video, it just makes me feel even more confident that the Chiefs are going to win Super Bowl 59. So the first stat I want to talk about, and this is from my guy, How About Those Chiefs? Cole DeRoos, you guys know him pretty well. Good friend of the show. He says, I had an Eagles fan recently tell me if this game comes down to special teams, the Chiefs are winning. Jake Elliott, the Eagles kicker, is 1 for 8 from 50-plus yards this season. That's a field goal percentage of 12.5%. And that is absolutely huge when you think about it, because how many Chiefs games this year have come down to a field goal, have come down to 3 points, 6 points, 7 points? If the Eagles are on the opposite side of the field and it's not a situation where it's reasonable to go for it on fourth down and they opt to kick and it's from 48, 49, 50 plus, you could see this game turn in the Chiefs' favor because Jake Elliott has not been good from 50 plus yards this season. And I always think, there's at least a couple field goals in the Super Bowl that end up being huge. We saw it last year in Super Bowl 58. The 49ers had an extra point blocked by the Kansas City Chiefs. Harrison Butker made a couple huge field goals in that game. Like, every field goal matters in the Super Bowl, man. And if the Eagles end up missing one or two of them, that could be a death sentence for them in this game. And special teams always seems to find a way to make a sneaky big impact in these games. I mean, the Kadarius Toney punt return in Super Bowl 57 2 years ago, that was absolutely massive. Harrison Butker also missed a field goal earlier in Super Bowl 57. And while he made the game-winning kick, ultimately, he may not have needed to make the game-winning kick had he made the one earlier in the game. So, like, all these special teams plays, all these field goals, they matter. And so I thought that was a really good point by Cole from How About Those Chiefs, that the Eagles have not been good from 50+. So what do you do if you're on the opposite side of the field and it's 4th and 6, and you're not quite comfortable with Jake Elliott. What do you do? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see, interesting to watch, but I think the numbers are on the Chiefs side there. And then this next stat, I think this changes a lot, and I think this changes the way that people should look at this matchup. And if you're a betting person, I would take the over on Travis Kelce yards in this game, and here's why. So my guy Adam Best from Arrowhead Addict says, in last year's Super Bowl, Niners linebacker Dre Greenlaw got hurt and Oren Burks replaced him. Targeted 9 times with 9 receptions, a 32.1 PFF coverage grade. Travis Kelce went bonkers in the second half. Super Bowl 59, Eagles linebacker Nakobe Dean is hurt. We know he got hurt a few weeks ago. He was having a breakout season, and Oren Burks will be his replacement. So what does that tell you? I think Travis Kelce could have an absolutely huge game. And Adam Best is absolutely correct. In that 49ers game, after Dre Greenlaw got hurt, the Niners defense was not the same. You saw Travis Kelce come alive. You saw him turn back the clock. And we also saw Travis Kelce earlier this postseason against the Texans, when he needed to, could go and get you 117 yards and a touchdown. He still has that ability. And, man, if you're going to line him up with Oren Burks, I think Travis Kelce is winning that matchup. You're going to see Travis Kelce have a huge impact in this game because the Eagles don't have a guy that can quite match up against him. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, could the Eagles try that? Maybe, but I don't think those guys are big enough to cover Kelce. And then if you're going to try to cover him with CJ Gardner-Johnson, I don't think that's a great matchup either. I think Kelce can outsmart him very easily, especially if they're going to play zone coverage, because we know that Kelce, especially at this age, like he strives to make an impact whenever it's zone coverage because he's so good at finding those soft spots. If you're not, manning up on him, then I don't know, man. And we'll see what Vic Fangio does. He runs a good mix of man and zone. He also doesn't blitz a whole lot, so I think that will play a factor. But just looking at that matchup of Oren Burks out there, I think he's going to have a hard time in coverage. He's not a great coverage linebacker. The Eagles losing Nakobe Dean and having to replace him with Oren Burks, that's absolutely massive in this game. And I think you're going to see a lot of quick passes aimed at Oren Burks' direction, and that could be an Achilles heel for the Eagles in this game. So those are 2 stats, guys, that I look at and I say the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take advantage of these deficiencies that the Philadelphia Eagles have. And these 2 stats are why I'm even more confident now that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win Super Bowl 59 because, again, they're going to try to expose those weaknesses. Andy Reid's going to have a strong game plan coming off the bye week. These guys know how to get it done. And I just think, man, this Eagles team, while they're great, they're not as good as the team in Super Bowl 57. And I think this Chiefs team is better, more experienced, more ready for the moment than even that Chiefs team 2 years ago that won in Super Bowl 57. I think this Chiefs defense is better than Super Bowl 57. I don't think Jalen Hurts is as good of a quarterback as he was in Super Bowl 57. Really, what I think this all comes down to is, can the Kansas City Chiefs stop Saquon Barkley? And if they do that, they win this game, in my opinion. But guys, that's all I got for this video. I just wanted to share these stats with you because I thought they were worth noting, especially for you bettors out there. I think this information will help you if you're trying to place a couple prop bets for the Super Bowl. But that's all I got for this video, guys. I will have a Super Bowl preview tonight with Michael Darcy of KC Sports Report. We're going to be going live, I think, for that. So be on the lookout. But that's all I got for this video. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. Make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com, arrowheadaddict.com for more. Lastly, you can follow me on Twitter at ShowMeFB. Leave in the comments down below your thoughts on these statistics if you think this gives the Kansas City Chiefs an even better chance of completing the three-peat. But that's all I got for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. And as always, go Chiefs!